Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jay the Reporter coming at you once again. Now, big news happened today, actually reported by a guy who I know personally and a fellow Ram, Stephen Gaither, HBCU Game Day. Yo, 5-star Maker signs with Howard center. And yo, that's a big deal. All right, I'll put it like this: not just Howard, but also Morgan State with a full lineup, guys. 5 guys. I think all of them are transfers from bigger schools: St. Joe's, Wake Forest, FSU. One of them was a top 50 recruit. So we're talking major movements in the NCAA, and not just major moves with the NCAA, but we're talking about moving from Power 5 conference schools to the MEAC, a historically black conference. So we're talking like this could be the start of a revolution, a much needed revolution. Now people can stop, because I get a lot of chirping, you know, from guys who went to larger schools, like, oh man, you went to Winston State, went to a D2, I get that a lot. But what they don't know is the history at these schools, the pride that the alumni have in these schools. Now, granted, most of us, similar to myself, grew up rooting for other schools like Carolina, Duke, NC State. It's just, you know, you grew up in that area. But another rivalry I grew up with, the Aggie Eagle Classic. I grew up with that. I grew up, like, my mom went to Central. I grew up knowing that. My lady went to Central. I went to Winston. All my friends went to either Central, A&T, Winston, all from HBCUs. So there's a lot of pride. There's a lot of trash talk in there too. Like, I don't think a lot of people really get how big these games are to us, how important that this is. When we're talking about, like I said, none of them have committed to my alma mater, but I'm for all these guys going to HBCUs for the simple point that now people get to see the reason why Clarence Bighouse Gaines was one of the best coaches of all time, because he was not only pulling in the greatest players, some of the greatest players of all time, like Earl Perel Monroe, but you also get a chance to see these guys in a more comfortable environment, because in many cases they're some of the only black students on their campuses when they go to these schools. So a lot of people don't really get a chance to know that. Like, I know guys who went to predominantly white institutions. You are more so a commodity to the school than you are more so a student. You're not really pulled into the culture of the school too often. That's why it's, to me, easier for these kids when they go to these schools to go and be one and done, because it's like, well, they wouldn't have took me had I not been the #1 overall player of my class, or been a 5-star recruit or a 4-star recruit. There's no way they would have just came and got me. And now here's what I think is going to really change recruiting. Now, what a lot of people will probably say is, okay, you have an offer from UNC and an offer from NCCU. And initially, people are going to say, well, look, Michael Jordan went here, Sam Perkins, Vince Carter, Antoine Jameson. You know, you can list off all these names that went to a power school. But the minute you say, hey, this school was built because this school is around right now because people who look like you weren't allowed to go to that school. So this is the reason this school exists. So I think now, with the culture, the environment, how things are now, it's just different. How things kind of sit, how things roll, it's very, very different. So I really want people to kind of see what I mean when I say that this is probably the beginning of a revolution, the beginning of a change. You're gonna see a bit of a sweeping move throughout the NCAA, where we've seen teams like Norfolk State go out and beat Power 5 schools, that go out and beat a Missouri. You know, we had Central get really close in the NCAA tournament a few times. Honestly, I've been paying really close attention. Thank you, Stephen Gaither, for once again for, you know, keeping us abreast of what's going on. But North Carolina A&T's football program, and I've said it out my mouth a few times, one of the best run programs in the country, probably the best run football program in the state of North Carolina. But no one's going to ever really know about it because they had to settle for playing in a Celebration Bowl, which is one of the reasons why I believe that they actually left and went to the Big South instead of staying in their own conference. It's because the conference was so hard up for money because they weren't able to pull in the great talent. They weren't getting TV dollars like the ACC is. But I mean, maybe the last time many of y'all even watched the HBCU football game or basketball game on television, you actually have to have a cable package to see these games. When we actually have black television networks that aren't carrying our games, BET should be carrying HBCU games. Put them in front of the eyes. Let the kids see, yo, I can go to these schools where the student body actually looks like how I do. Comes from the same backgrounds I come from. So, but guys, let me know what you think about all of this. I'm all the way with it. I'm for it all the way through. But let me know what you think about it down in the comment section below. Also, don't forget, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. My name is Jay the Reporter, signing out. Peace.